Hello, everyone. This is She Wears Boldly, and this is Dr. Debra. And I'm here to wish you a happy new year. This season has been tough for a lot of people. It's not always easy doing Christmas. It's not always easy doing life, honestly. Sometimes it's very, very hard. And I can appreciate that. There's been years that have been very hard for me too. But know that we can still celebrate the victories. We can still celebrate the love. And there are always many things to be thankful for. But I just really seriously want to let you know that I have enjoyed so much doing this podcast this last year and having all your listeners out there. I hope you have enjoyed all the wonderful speakers that we've had and have learned from them, grown from them. We have had quite a journey. We've been doing this, I guess, since I believe it was May. And I just appreciate my followers. I appreciate the people who have downloaded this. Again, please share it with other people. What I have done here and what I want everyone to understand is this podcast is to helping other women entrepreneurs to be able to get their message, their products, and their wonderful coaching, their books out to people. And if you share, you may be actually giving someone the answers that they need. So please don't hesitate to share with people. They don't have to watch it if they don't want to. And I just encourage you to continue to support She Wears Boldly because this is a free gift that I give them. Because I want women to be empowered out there and be able to tell their stories to other people and to be able to offer their expertise to those that need it. It's a great way to hear other people's stories, to learn from them, and to grow from them. That's what She Wears is all about. Maybe I've never explained that totally to everybody, but it's about women empowering women. And I am always looking for guests. If you have a story that you want to tell, you are more than welcome to show up and work with us. So, but right now, I want you to stop. I want you to pause. And I want you to think about the upcoming year. What's going to be different? What kind of hopes do you have for it? Well, whatever those are, the way we're going to achieve those and the way we're going to grow doesn't change. We've talked and talked about this over the last year. In order to go forward powerfully and strongly and to help other people and to help ourselves, we have to realize that as women, we are so much more than all those things that we like to do, all the craziness and all the responsibilities that we have. And I'm not saying just stop responsibilities. We've talked about this. So you know what I'm talking about. We're talking about being empowered with our voices and with our bodies, with our minds. We're talking about giving a legacy to the women who come behind us. So this past year, like I said, has taught us many lessons, some of them beautiful, some painful, but everything that we have learned this year is important. We have learned, maybe hopefully, to learn some boundaries, how to say no when it's not beneficial to ourselves. It's okay. Somebody will fill that no, or it was probably not needed in the first place. We can't do so much that we burn ourselves out, right? We've talked and talked on this. Hopefully we've learned some resilience, how to get through some tough times, because I know a lot of you have been through some really painful things this last year. And that's never fun. And my heart goes out to you. Every time we survive something, we grow. And we can get that knowledge of how to get through those things. And that's what a lot of our entrepreneurs that show up on our show here do. They show you, okay, I went through this tough situation. Maybe a death of a spouse was one of the ones not too long ago. Maybe they've been through abuse. Maybe they've been through work problems. Maybe they've been through health problems. But they found a way to take that and rewrite it and to put a positive spin on it and use it to help other people. And that's what it's all about. So I want you to ask yourself right now, what are you carrying into the new year? And what no longer deserves your energy or your time or your space? Because there's things, I mean, we always talk about making New Year's resolutions, and usually we think that's we're going to eat better, we're going to walk, we're going to exercise, we're going to join that yoga class. But sometimes a New Year's resolution is best where we say, okay, I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to stop that behavior that's been sapping my energy, that's been sapping who I am. Because, see, I'm giving you permission right now to let go of some things and hear what they are. And it's not overeating. That's on you if you want to work on that. But what I want you to let go of is doubt. Doubt that you have gifts. Doubt that you're important. Doubt that your voice is not needed, because it is. She Wears Boldly is about you, not just about people who own the stage. The stage can be everything from the boardroom to the bedroom. Doubt that your voice doesn't matter, because it does. I'm here to tell you, your voice matters. It totally, totally matters. Let go of guilt. Yes, we have done some things wrong. We all have. That's life. We mess up. It's okay. We can own that. But we can let go of the guilt of it. Learn from it. Try to do better next time. But don't wallow in the guilt, or don't feel like you're lost. And let go. This is most important. Let go of expectations you were never, ever supposed to own. They were never yours. It's things that people think you should do, or even things you think you should do, or you got it off a TV show. I don't know. Let go of those things. Find what your true self is and what you should own and what you should do. Don't just become running around like a crazy person trying to make expectations of everyone out there. Let go of those things. To work boldly doesn't mean being loud, just for the sake of making a lot of noise. So we have a lot of fun when I do a speech, and I have everybody roaring and everybody's cheering, and that's fun. That's great. But that's not daily life. Daily life isn't about making noise, about being loud, about being controlling. What it is about is being unapologetically ourselves, true to ourselves, true to our gifts, true to our superpowers, as we've been calling it. That's what Roaring Boldly is actually about. You need to say, okay, what is this year going to look like? What are we going to do? How is it going to be different? How am I going to be stronger? These are the kind of resolutions that you should be working on. How am I going to move forward? Even when the path's not really clear. What kind of things? Who can I talk to? Who can I build an alliance with that we can share this journey together? Because when two women get together and they hold each other accountable, that's even cooler, because we're able to play it off somebody else and get their perspective, make those connections with each other. You really don't need permission to be powerful, because I'm telling you right now, you already are. I know somebody's saying, I'm not really powerful. Yeah, I hear you. But really, honestly, you already are. So you don't need my permission. Think about what kind of woman you want to be. How are you going to show up this year? What kind of choices are you going to make that are positive for yourself and the people around you? Because, see, we are also giving a legacy to women coming behind us, young women growing up. How are we going to help them be empowered? How are we going to help them to see how a woman should act and how a woman should be? And then ask yourself, how can I be braver this year? What's one thing I can do that I'm afraid of? And how can I step out and be braver this year? Because you've been listening to empowering speeches for the last, was that 8 months that we've been on the air. So how can you be braver this year? How can you enter this year with courage? Remember, we're probably lioness. We've talked about lionesses, and they're brave, they're bold, they take care of the pack, they protect the children, they're strong women. In a lioness is a strong. One thing I want you to do is learn how to take up space unapologetically. Use your voice unapologetically. Roar boldly unapologetically. So right now, I want you to pause and I want you to think about those things. If you have a piece of paper near you, if you're driving, please don't write. But as soon as you can, when you can get someplace stable, put that in there. Write some things down. It's not a wish list. Think of it more as a declaration of who you're going to be. As the new year unfolds, I want you to remember that boldness isn't about never failing, because we will constantly fail. We'll start out on really empowering things and we'll go along really good, and then we'll probably mess it up. And that's okay, because again, being all apologetic is also forgiving yourself, also having some grace for yourself. You got to have grace for others, but you got to have grace for yourself. Things are a learning curve. Things don't just happen overnight. And even when we're doing and rolling along really good, something can happen. And that's okay, because we're human. We got to give ourselves grace. But even when things don't go right, even when we mess up, even when we don't speak up when we should, or we don't do all the things that we planned on our New Year's resolutions that we did, it's okay, because you are capable. You are worthy. Never ever forget that you're capable of learning. And I just want to thank you for being here and for supporting us and for supporting me. I love all the texts and emails and the thumbs up and all the wonderful things that you have done for me and for my guests. I really totally appreciate that. Thank you for choosing She Wears Boldly. And this year, She Wears Boldly is going to get bigger. Are you ready? Because I'm not just telling you to do it, I'm doing it. In fact, we're making some huge leaps coming this year. And I'd like to share with you exactly what's happening with She Wears Boldly, because you've been such a good support, and I continue to need your support, and I will need it even more in this upcoming year, because I need strong women backing me to be able to do the things that I'm going to do. And as I always point out, you're never too old. And the last few years, I've been growing the business. I've been speaking globally across the world and started the podcast. But this year, we're going to take She Wears Boldly to a whole new level. And I'm so excited about some of the changes that are coming up, and I can't wait for it. One of the first changes we're doing is I'm starting a new coaching program that is super, super strong. And I'll be doing this in groups out in the field and also online. It's called Elite Speaking. It's Elite Performance Speaking, actually. And this will be introduced. Are you ready? She Wears Boldly will be going to Media Week at the Super Bowl. I've been hinting at this. And now I'm releasing it to you especially first. You're the first to hear. We will be there. We'll be there interviewing. One, we get to interview the football players out on the football field, both first and second string, and have some interviews with them on camera that I'll be sharing. And we are also have the chance to be interviewed. There's over 200 media there, and we get a chance to walk down this line and pass out our paper or one sheet and set up interviews to talk about what we are doing as speakers, as coaches, and our books and things like that. So we get a chance to do some media interviews too. So this is crazy, crazy exciting for me. And I was just really lucky enough to have someone introduce me to the people that are doing this, and I'm in. So that's something to look forward to me, from me as we go into February, and I'll start releasing some of that stuff. I'm also doing some coaching for women athletes and college student athletes. And this will be involved in the performance speaking too, along with speakers and people that just want to own the boardroom to the bedroom. Like I said, it's about doing things under pressure and when we're scared and having the mindset of a champion. That's what elite speaking is about. So I will be also reaching out to organizations and colleges and things like that that have women. You can see even in athletics, we don't have the voice, we don't have the presence that men do. We have a few like Billie Jean King and some of the other athletes, but women as a whole are still lacking even in that area. So I'll be bringing you all of that. That should be fascinating, and I'll let you know as we go along what's happening with that. So basically, also, there will be a new podcast that I'm not getting rid of She Rose Boldly, owning the stage, but this new podcast is probably, it'll come out maybe between February and probably March at the earliest, maybe April, but it will be me and someone else. It'll be me and maybe 3 other people, maybe a group, who knows. And it's going to be on having harder conversations. And it's called The Courageous Table. And this will involve maybe some battering back and forth if we don't agree on issues. But what I want to do with this is I want to put out different viewpoints, different interests, different ideas, and let you decide what works for you, what doesn't work for you. You may say, oh, well, I really agree with her, I really agree with him, or I don't agree with any of them. Maybe you need to be on one of my Courageous Tables or on one of my podcasts. So those things are all happening. I have a 3rd book coming out on Amazon. Actually, it'll be coming out in the next few weeks. It's called She Wears Boldly, The Courage to Begin Again, Speak Your Truth, and Live Unapologetically Free. That's happening. And in the fall, I'm super excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I'll be working with another coach, and we will be putting on our first retreat out in Virginia Beach area. It looks like that's where we're going to be having it. And it's for a select group. So if you're interested, you need to get a hold of me quickly, because we're only taking a few, because this is going to be a real empowering weekend and loads of fun. Dance parties and sharing and good comfort food and just a lot of fun movies and things like that. But we're going to do some serious work on just empowering each other and having a very spiritual and wonderful time together. And growing together as women. So if you're interested in that, please get a hold of me. You know, everything's in the call notes. Just book a 20-minute or shoot me something if you know me, and I will give you the details as they're forming and put you on the list. Because I'm gathering a list. That's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to do that. So it's time to say goodbye. I don't want to keep you too long because I know you're busy. You're probably tired uh, from Christmas and you're preparing for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But I do want to, again, from my heart, thank you for your support. Continue to share with other people because women's voices need to be shared. Their ideas, their pain, their journeys need to be shared. But I do want to thank you with everything in me for supporting She Wears Boldly and just continue into the next year roaring with everything you got in you and becoming the most amazing, beautiful woman you are. Have a beautiful year. This is Dr. Debra, and this is She Wears Boldly signing off for 2025 and looking forward